The third and final thing in this section is rationalizing expressions or simplifying expressions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of these i's in the bottom or in the denominator of these fractions. So you can't leave a complex number in the denominator of a fraction, so we need to get rid of it. So to do that, all you have to do is multiply the top and the bottom by the bottom with one big difference, and you change the sign of the I. So right here we see the I is positive, so we're going to change it to 6 minus I. And then you multiply top and bottom by that. So on the top we're going to FOIL, so 5 times 6 would be 30, and then 5 times negative I would be negative 5I. On bottom, for the I, it'd be I times 6, which would be 6I, and then I times negative I, which would be negative I squared. Then on bottom, because the whole point is to get rid of the I, you can actually skip the middle portion. You don't have to do the two middle portions of FOIL. So first, outer, inner, last. You don't have to do the O and the I. You can do first and last because the two middle sections are going to just cross each other out. So we're going to do 6 times 6, which would be 36, and then I times negative I would be negative I squared. So then we start simplifying. First, we put together our i's on top, so negative 5i plus 6i would just be left with I, so it'd be 30 minus I. And then again, remember, this I squared is a negative 1. Well, there's already a negative on it, so that would be plus 1 on the bottom. On the top. On bottom, it'd be 36. And then again, you have an I squared, which is negative 1, and then a negative's already there, so it'd be plus 1. Then we simplify that down. On top, it'd be 30 plus 1, which would be 31 minus I. And on the bottom, it would just be 37. Now, I'm okay if you leave it like this, but a multiple choice test, they're going to want you to split it into the two parts. So it's going to be 31 divided by 37 minus I over 37. And then that would be your final answer. All right, let's take a look at 30 and do the same thing. We're going to multiply top and bottom by the bottom with one major difference, which is we're going to change the 3i to a positive 3i. Then we FOIL the top. 1 times 2 would be 3. 1 times 3i would be 3i. Then we say 2i times 2, which would be 4i. And then 2i times 3i, which would be 6i squared. On bottom, again, you can skip the middle part on the bottom. You can just do first and last. So 2 times 2 would be 4. And then negative 3i times 3i would be negative 9i squared. All right, on top, we combine some like terms. So it'd be 3i plus 4i, which would come out to be 3 plus 7i. And then again, the I squared becomes a negative 1, so it becomes minus 6. On bottom, it'd be 4, and then again, the negative, I squared becomes a negative 1, so it makes that 9a positive 9. And so that would come out to be, if you put the 3 minus 6, that would be negative 3 plus 7i over, and then 9 plus 4 would be 13. So again, I'm fine with this answer, but they're going to want you to write it in its two parts. It would be negative 3 over 13 plus 7i over 13. So that would be your final answer. And that's how you do this section. If you have any questions, send me a message over mine. But other than that, good luck.